2022-2023 Access to Justice Awards. And some of you are joining us from all over, and I appreciate you coming out tonight on a Friday evening. Everyone looks absolutely beautiful. I am the president of Legal Aid Society. My name is Joyce Holcomb. I would like to first start off with going over our board members. Eugene Kim, who is our vice president. Michael Scafidi, who is our president emeritus, seated right here in front of us. Susie Carrillo, who is our board secretary. Michelle Daly, who is our board member. Wilford Lemon, better known as Bill, board member. Mark McGuire, board member. Dean McVeigh, board member. Bill Shapiro, board member. And Barbara Keogh, board member. And I would now like to introduce Pablo, who is our executive director. Pablo Ramirez.
Good afternoon, everyone. As Joyce mentioned, my name is Pablo Ramirez. I am the executive director with Legal Aid Society of San Bernardino. I want to begin by welcoming our guests, sponsors, and supporters to the Legal Aid Society of San Bernardino. As you know, we have this every year, but I am extremely grateful every time that I see the room full of different people and different interacting, networking, working together. I'm extremely grateful for each and every one of you and your support. I want to acknowledge the impact that you give by contributing, by donating, by being here, by participating to a vulnerable population. I also want to congratulate and proudly congratulate our honorees, our 2023 Access to Justice honorees, Assemblymember James C. Ramos, Honorable Kimberly Avalon, and Eugene Kim. I just am extremely grateful and wanted to express gratitude and dedication to the commitment that they have to serving the vulnerable population. I want to begin by telling you what my goal with Legal Aid is. My goal with Legal Aid is to ensure that we can leverage technology to help a vulnerable population. Since we have limited resources, we always want to make sure we stay on the cutting edge of technology in order to ensure that we are serving the most vulnerable population. I also want to remind our attorney guests that Legal Aid Society of San Bernardino has a strong volunteer program. And we are always looking for new volunteers that you can take a couple minutes, maximize your 2 to 3 hours, 1 hour, in order to ensure that you can volunteer for Legal Aid and give back to our community. So we can take that 1 hour of free time, if you can find it, to give back to our community. I also want to thank our sponsors, our Champion of Justice, our Leaders of Justice, and our other sponsors, and express my gratitude to our flower sponsor in ensuring that they continue to give back and for giving back to the legal aid community and the vulnerable population. Lastly, I just want to reiterate that the Legal Aid is committed to providing access to justice for all, encouraging the attorneys to give back in their pro bono time. And I just want to continue to inspire and help our low-income population. Lastly, I want to thank the guests, sponsors, and supporters for their time, sponsorship, and donations. Your contributions for providing access to justice and those in need does not go unnoticed. We are extremely grateful for everything that you do and everything that you give back. So lastly, I want to thank you for your time and thank you for joining us, and I look forward to interacting or meeting each one of you in person. Have a great day. Thank you.
And thank you, Pablo. You have taken us, since September of 2020, you've taken us to a new our board has been amazing, and Pablo has taken us to a new dimension. And thank you. He was integral in having tonight come to a success. I would like to invite Eloisa Reyes-Gomez.
So excited to be here again. Anytime I get asked to come and speak at Legal Aid, I love being here. I'm not going to speak, I'm just introducing and giving some awards though. So, I'm Eloisa Reyes, and I'm the Assembly Member for the 50th Assembly District, which includes Rancho Cucamonga and all this area, Fontana, Ontario, Colton, not Grand Terrace, Bloomington, Loma Linda, and Redlands. It's such a pleasure to be here with you. I'm honored to be here, especially in a room full of attorneys, judges, those of you who really look to providing justice for all. It's such a wonderful thing. I want to give special thanks to Pablo Ramirez, Executive Director. Pablo, you're right. You've done so much for our legal aid, and I want to thank you for inviting me to be here for the 2023 Access to Justice Awards ceremony. I also want to thank President Joyce Holcomb for your amazing leadership with Legal Aid Society of San Bernardino. We're all here because we recognize exactly what Legal Aid Society of San Bernardino does, providing legal consultation, preparation of legal documents, and just providing hope to the community who cannot afford an attorney. You work in family law, guardianships, conservatorship, individual rights, landlord, tenant, so many things. Now, I get to present the awards to those who are being recognized today. And I want to begin by honoring my colleague, Assemblymember James Ramos. Is he here? Not yet. Well, maybe he'll show up in just a little bit. But I want to recognize Assemblymember Ramos has been a great colleague, a great partner in Sacramento. It's always good to be in Sacramento, whether you're working on legislation or working on the budget. It's great to have him. So a certificate that he's giving to everybody else all the time, I get to do one for him. And the certificates read that we joined with Legal Aid Society of San Bernardino to celebrate your selection as an honoree at the 2023 Access to Justice Gala. And it talks about his significant contributions to justice. Thank you. Thank you, Daisy. Do you want to say some words on his behalf?
I'll go ahead and let him say a few words. He will be here. Thank you for the award, and he'll be here to make his appearance. So thank you.
Thank you. And next, I'd like to call the Honorable Judge, Kimberly Apaloo. Thank you for what you do. Your words, though.
Well, I'm going to be talking a little bit later, but I did want to, I'll be talking a little bit later, but I did want to thank you all for being here.
Thank you, Assembly Member and Majority Leader for being here, and thank you for this wonderful award. It's appreciated.
And next, Eugene Kim. Eugene? Thank you for your tireless work. I appreciate you. No words from the attorney. Oh my goodness. And the last award is for Legal Aid Society of San Bernardino. So thank you all so much. Enjoy the evening.
So as Pablo mentioned earlier this evening, that we are primarily based on volunteer attorneys. And we have some distinguishable attorneys here that we would like to bring up as a surprise. Pam Swift, Walter Moore, so if you haven't recognized, I turned this room into the Oscars, or well, actually it's the Tonys, but no one knows who the Tonys are. So, we have Pam Swift, who has donated numerous hours to Legal Aid Society, and we have the Tony for our top volunteer attorney. Walter works at the courthouse in our Access to Justice. He volunteers many hours, if we may. Thank you for all of your service to legal aid. Distinguished folks that are here with us tonight. I was kind of waiting to do this portion because some people have arrived a little bit later, but I'm going to acknowledge them now. I would ask that we clap at the very end so that we can get through them. I would like to acknowledge Honorable Aaron Alexander, Honorable Rashid Alexander, Honorable Dina Amani, Honorable Kimberly Apollo and recipient of award tonight, Honorable David Driscoll, Honorable Brian Foster, retired, Honorable Janet Frangie, Honorable Damian Garcia, Honorable Michael Gasner, Honorable Pam King, retired, Honorable Jackson Lucky, retired, Honorable Marie Moreno Myers, Honorable Joseph Ortiz, Honorable John Pacheco, Honorable Annabelle Romero, my apology, CEO Annabelle Romero. I just elevated you to a judge. My apology. Honorable Wilford Snyder, Honorable Dylan Sullivan, Honorable Stephanie Thornton Harris, and Honorable Vanderveer. Let's give them a warm welcome. Thank you for being here tonight. Now that we have everyone primarily here, I would like to kind of give you an idea what the evening is going to be. We are here at the awards, and yes, we are honoring 3 very great recipients, but we are going to entertain you tonight. We have Broadway singers that are going to be entertaining us throughout the evening, and so I ask that you be patient with us because we have a jam-packed evening. If I may, I would like to bring Jackson Lucky to the podium, and we're going to do the first award before we start with our entertainment. Jackson Lucky is retired from Riverside Superior Court, and he is going to be introducing Eugene Kim.
Hi, good evening everybody, and thank you so much for having me here to introduce my good friend Eugene Kim. I thought at first, why would Eugene have me introduce him? Because he's got to have better friends than I am. And then I thought, well, maybe it's because we're both Korean American, maybe it's because we both went to Southwestern Law School, maybe it's because we both served on the board of the Asian Pacific American Lawyers of the Inland Empire together. I don't really know why he chose me, but I am so honored to present my buddy Eugene. I think you've learned some things if you looked at the program. I know every once in a while somebody actually reads through them. You'll know that Eugene has gotten Super Lawyer, AV Preeminent. He's gotten local awards from PIC Riverside. He has gotten, what was it, like under 40. But what I know Eugene from, and he's over 40 now, just so you all know, but where I know Eugene from is about 10 years ago, he and some others approached me about starting an Asian Bar Association for the Inland Empire, what we call a poly. And I had never met him before, and I was just so taken with his vision for having a bar association here in the Inland Empire, instead of having to travel to Los Angeles, to San Diego, to Orange County. Because if you take a look, that's where Eugene would have to go. He has been a board member of the Orange County Korean American Bar Association. He has been on the board of governors for NAPABA, our National Asian American Bar Association. And what I think is so amazing about Eugene is, well, I think two things. And the first thing that I'm going to talk about is a story. Because if you want to hear a story about Eugene Kim, all you have to do is go around this room and not a single person has one. Trust me, I've tried. I pumped his lovely wife Yoko for a story. I said, "Can't you give me something?" And she said, "Not really." I went to his daughter Kaylani because I figured she'd sell them out, and I didn't get anything from her. I even talked to people at his earlier jobs, back when he was with Dress From Savage, back when he was with Louis Brisbois, and what I got was this. The story about Eugene is, there is no story. Because nobody wants to embarrass this guy, not because he's overpowering, not because he's overbearing, but because he really is the kind of person that should receive an award for access to justice in our community. He has been tireless in working with bar associations. He has been tireless with working with organizations like this. And I know from personal experience, his work on Jenny, the Judicial Nominees Evaluation Committee for the State Bar, and also for JSAC, the Governor's Judicial Selection Committee. He is somebody who sees justice both in the large and in the small. And we can see that from his nationwide work with NAPABA down to his local work with Apolli. And so what I think I want to do is tell my story of Eugene, and it's really a small one. You know, we met about 10 years ago now when we started Apolli. But I will tell you I think the quintessential Eugene story, and for those of you who know him, this will resonate with you. But at one point, I had my name in for a different judicial position, and he was recently off Jenny, the Judicial Nominees Evaluation Committee. And I ran into him, I forgot what it was, but we ended up in the parking lot of the spaghetti factory. And I was having a tough time, you know, with the process and the uncertainty of it. And I was just kind of talking to him and saying, "Hey, you know, this is how I'm feeling." And I swear, we sat on one of those concrete stops in a parking space, you know, the kind that you hit your tires against when you park a little bit too fast. And he must have sat with me for an hour, you know, just saying, "Hey, you know, we don't know what's going to happen, but everything's okay." And I think that what that bespeaks about Eugene is that as busy as he is, I mean, he's on the board of Altura Credit Union, he's on the board of Big Brothers and Big Sisters, he's on the board of this organization, he's been on the board of so many bar associations, is that he's always going to find the time when somebody needs it to let them feel heard. And so when we talk about things like bringing access to justice to the Inland Empire, when we talk about honoring people who see justice both in the broad sense and bringing it to a community, and justice in a small sense by bringing it to a client, and by bringing diversity not only in race and in background, but in economic access to justice, I can think of no one more who is deserving of this award than my friend Eugene Kim. Eugene?
Thank you, Judge Lucky. Good evening, everyone. It's truly an honor to receive this Access to Justice Award tonight. And in some sense, I find that it's somewhat ironic because when I started my legal career, I had absolutely no interest whatsoever in pro bono work. You know, but my first exposure to pro bono work came when I was a brand new young associate over at Gresham, Savage, Nolan, and Tilden. It was my it was my first significant assignment, and I was voluntold to represent an inmate at Patton State Hospital. Now, fortunately, I had the privilege of not only working on this case myself, but Judge Joe Ortiz was also voluntold that he must take on this pro bono case. And this pro bono case involved an inmate that wanted to exercise his constitutional right to refuse medical treatment. And, you know, the California Attorney General, who was representing the inmate, or who was representing Patton State Hospital, really didn't have a position one way or the other. They wanted direction. They wanted precedent. They wanted direction from the court to tell them exactly what to do in this situation so that they can use this as a basis going forward in the event other inmates wanted to exercise their right to refuse medical treatment. Now, what that meant was there was absolutely no chance of settlement, right? So this was essentially my opportunity to try my first case in federal court with Judge Joe Ortiz at the time. So, as I delved into this case, I became immersed in the 14th Amendment of the United States Constitution. I mean, for those of you that can remember, you know, no state shall abridge the privileges and immunities of any person. No state shall deprive a person of life, liberty, or property without due process of law. I mean, I had come to understand every single 14th Amendment case that could possibly be relevant. And at that time, it was all about winning my first federal trial. That's what I was doing, okay? But things changed for me. Things changed the first day I walked into the doors of Patton State Hospital, where they did a check for firearms, where I had to go through and meet the client for the first time, okay? It was a humbling experience because that was the moment when I realized that this is bigger than me. This is bigger than my first trial. Because if you think about it, this wasn't just a case. This was a human being, okay? And this wasn't just the law that I was dealing with. It was the United States Constitution that we were interpreting. So, when I looked at this case and I was able to understand from a bigger perspective what this meant, it allowed me to realize and have perspective that every person, doesn't matter why he was there, every person is entitled to certain fundamental rights. Now, this experience was my first experience into pro bono work. And it really sparked an interest in me, and it really sparked a desire to kind of spread the word. So when I became the president of the Orange County Korean American Bar Association, my #1 directive was to create a pro bono clinic. And I did everything I could to create a great pro bono clinic. And although we had a great turnout of attorneys, the turnout for people that needed pro bono legal services was dismal. And I was so confused. I couldn't understand why. The truth of the matter is, we were not good at community outreach. That's what we lacked. We had a lot of attorneys within the Bar Association that were adept and we could provide pro bono legal services, but we didn't have the ability to reach out to the people and help them. So what I did at that time was I partnered. I collaborated with the Korean American Federation. I collaborated with the Korean Community Services. Those are the people that I knew had outreach. Those are the people that could fill the deficiency that the Orange County Korean American Bar Association had. And through that partnership, we have helped thousands of people on a monthly basis. And that partnership, decades later, still exists. Now, the reason why I wanted to share this story is because it really taught me that people can make a big impact in the community by simply supporting organizations that promote access to justice. Because if you think about this chain reaction that existed, it was my old law firm that was really committed to the pro bono work. It wasn't me, okay? And that pro bono work that was given to me really caused me to appreciate the significance of pro bono work. And by appreciating the significance of the pro bono work, I was able to spread the word and create partnerships with other organizations to hold monthly clinics. So in essence, my old law firm's commitment to pro bono work really helped thousands of people get necessary legal services. And so for everybody in this room, whether or not you can volunteer, whether or not you cannot volunteer, I think the message that I want to convey to everybody is to support, at a minimum, support those organizations that do provide access to justice. Because that one little support can have significant ripple effects in the future. Thank you.
Thank you for that, Eugene. You brought it home tonight. That is what this evening's about. Each and every one of you has an opportunity to help someone have access to justice and for someone to be able to have document preparation and sometimes direct representation. Now, I need to do a little housekeeping because we're trying to get the meals out. However, your meal ticket needs to be right in front of you in order for you to get your meal, so they know which meal to give you. So if you can please get your meal ticket out and put it right in front of you. And does anyone not have their meal ticket? If you don't have your meal ticket, please go to the front desk. All right, so we are getting ready to start our entertainment. I'm going to ask a favor for each of you. We have a lot of people in here, and we have fabulous entertainers tonight. And I would ask that we all pay attention and that we give them consideration. All right, pardon me. Can I have your attention, please? We're not starting this unless we are all going to pay attention. I am so excited for this portion. I am so excited for this part because we have entertainers. They're going to be singing for us, but these are not just anyone. These are the who's who of entertainment. We start off with Troy Clark. Would you come forward? We also have Lisa Donahue. We have Marianne Hermanson, Latrice Lawrence, and Hermaine Warren Sharp. Now, as they're serving our meals, they are going to give us a Broadway. We're going to Broadway, New York. So, Troy.
Thank you, Joyce.
Oh, one more thing, if I may.
Hold on, Frank.
If you want to read their bios, please. You can use the QR code here, and you can see. Go ahead, Troy.
All right, Frank, we're ready. Fly me to the moon, let me play among the stars. Let me see what spring is like on Jupiter and Mars. In other words, hold my hand. In other words, darling, kiss me. Fill my heart with song and let me sing forevermore. You are all I long for.
I don't have the
Please be true. Yes, in other words, I love you. Well, good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to Legal Aid. Access Awards Gala dinner. I'm Troy Clark. Joyce, we got a great show planned for you. With music from Broadway, from classic to contemporary. We've got a stable of fabulous talent that are going to be performing some of the great songs of Broadway. And you know, there's nothing like great music, live entertainment. So just sit back, relax, and enjoy the show. Fill my heart with song and let me sing forevermore. You're all I long for, all I worship and adore. In other words, please be true. In other words, I
train that is spinning soon to fall, but it's me on the bottom, you on the top.
Marianne! I need my dress back. Everyone, this is Lisa. Hi, everybody. So great to be with you here tonight. I'm so inspired by all the work that you do here. And everyone has someone in their life that they revere. And thank you for being great role models for everyone here. I have someone in my life who's very special, who I'd love to tell you about. All right. Maybe you can relate to this. She's really special. There's a lady living somewhere. Where it is, I do not know. But I want to write and tell her that I love her so. I believe I might do mayhem. Yes, I might destroy myself if I ever found her missing from my grocery shelf. Sarah Lee, oh, Sarah Lee, your brioche just fractures me. Oh, can you relate? Give me a taste of your cherry Danish. My mother bakes well, but no, you can't compare her, not with Sarah Lee. Oh, Sarah Lee, drop that H, just Sarah Lee, and that's okay by me, 'cause I'm living in paradise. Lamb nibble in her apple spice, in the kitchens of the one I love. Wonderful Sarah Lee, sing with me, Sarah Lee, and it feels right to my soul, Sarah Lee, when I'm chewing on her finger roll. Ooh, you got me singing, for goodness sake, there never been a better banana cake, 'cause it melts me. Works at the Hilton, Killers banquets, and at each affair it's Sarah Lee. You know what you mean, Sarah Lee. Are there brownies obscene? Drop that H, it's just Sarah Lee, and that's okay by me. I love a cheesecake, a wine spoiled, and did I mention that chocolate swirl from the country world? The one I love, Sarah Lee, Sarah, S-A-R-A-L-E, Robin Sally for dessert, right? I'm hoping. Woo! Can you relate? You can relate, I know it. Hey, I'm gonna move this along, and I want to introduce you to my new friend, who is absolutely delightful. And wait till you hear him sing. Kame Warren Sharp, everybody.
Why, thank you very much. Good evening. Good evening. I was asked to come and sing for a bunch of lawyers and judges, and thank God I am performing under my alias and not my government name. So, hit it, maestro. It ain't necessarily so. The things that you're liable to read in the Bible, it ain't necessarily so. Little David was small, so my little David was small, but oh my, before we Goliath, who lay down and died, little David was small, but oh my, Lord, you and you, say on, oh Jonah, he lived in the well, oh Jonah, he lived in the well, for he made his home in that fishes have known it, oh Jonah, he lived in the well. Little Moses was found in a stream. Moses was found in a stream. That shall floating on the water till old Pharaoh's daughter she fished to pass from that stream. Oh, I knew, said I knew, what am I standing by? Yeah. It's necessarily so. It's necessarily so. They tell all you sin that the devils are in. It's necessarily so. Smoke out into heaven, no snap for a seven. Don't have no fault. Oh, I chase that gospel, whenever it's possible, but we need a rain of salt. My fields are denying my years. My fields are denying my years. But who calls that living when no ever give in to no man? What's 900 years? I'm preaching this sermon to show it's ain't necessarily to introduce my lovely friend and sister, Latrice Lawrence.
Good evening. This is one of my favorites, so I'm going to share it with you. From Porgy and Bess, Summertime. to introduce my good friend again, May Shine.
Thank you, thank you. Your Honor, please take this seat right here. Come on, let's give the Honorable Kimberly Apolli a wonderful. Come on. Come on. You should be very nervous. You should be very nervous. You're not going to put me in jail, right? My government, you will never know. You will never know. This is one of my favorite pieces from Courtney. That's a great handful of treats for a wonderful rendition. We're doing a Courtney that's sweet for you guys. And this aria, or the actual song, is called There's a Boat That's Leaving Soon, and I am going to try my darndest to get the Honorable Kimberly Apolli, I love your name, the Honorable Kimberly Apolli to come with me to the fair, fair city of New York. Hit it, maestro. Yes, and my wonderful court, Marianne. It's going to be a hand clap for Marianne.
All right. We can start it. Here's one of my favorite songs. Whatever love
Yeah.
representation here. And who's next? Oh, the lovely Latrice. My honor to introduce her.
Love Jennifer Holliday. We're going to give her a little honor tonight. I am changing. I am changing. Trying every way I can. I am changing. I'll be better than I am. I'm trying to find a way to understand. But I need you. I need you. I need a seeing everything so clear. I'm changing. It's gonna stop right now, right here. I'm hoping to work it out, and I know I can. But I need you. I need you. I need I've been through. I said I could do it all by myself. So many nights I've been lost. How many dark nights have I found? Walking down the road, there's nothing I could find. All these years of darkness could be possible. Now I can see I am changing. Trying every way I can. I am changing. I'll be better than I am. But I need a friend to help me start all over again. That would be just fine. I know it's gonna work out just fine. 'Cause this time I am. This time I my beautiful friend Lisa D. Enjoy, Lisa D.
Do we have any wicked fans? I'm true, the vision's hazy, but I swear someday I'll be up in the sky, defying gravity, flying so high, defying gravity, never brings
would like to let everyone know that our entertainers do have a merchant table. You can purchase their CDs. You can find information out over there. It's right there in the alcove. Returning to the program, I would like to acknowledge some of our staff members at Legal Aid Society that are here with us tonight. We've already been introduced to Pablo Ramirez. Pablo, where are you? There he is. Thank you, Pablo. And we have the Deputy Director, Greg Armstrong. We have a staff attorney, Carl Wallen, here this evening. And our office manager, Ted Frank. Paralegal, Alberto Morero. Staff member, Araceli Vargas. Rose Martinez. Naomi, and I apologize for the last name, Schultzitz. Jeremiah Petit. Alexis Espinoza. Rudy Garcia, Alyssa Garcia, Michelle Dodd, Jessica Diaz, and Angelica Sandoval. These staff members help us every day to help give access to justice to those who are underrepresented. I would also like to thank our sponsors. I would like the acknowledge the champions of justice, Law Office of Michael Scafidi. Where is Mike? Law Office of Bill Shapiro. Law Office of Joyce Holcomb. It's always weird doing that. Fullerton, Lemon, Schaefer, and Dominic. Baldwin Settlements. Rizio Lipinski. I saw them here this evening. And I would also like to acknowledge who did our centerpieces. They're absolutely gorgeous. Berkshire Hathaway, Perry Mundy, Realty Group. So it's hard to keep with our awards after that performance, but I would like to invite Judge John Pacheco. He's going to introduce Judge Kimberly Apollo.
Good evening, everyone. Good evening. I apologize for being tardy. I have a dear friend that is dying of cancer, and I wanted to stop and have one last drink with him. But before I introduce Judge Apollo, I want to congratulate the other two recipients, Supervisor James Ramos, who I've known for well over 10 years, and Attorney Eugene Kim. Eugene Kim actually interviewed me and took me in when I had my interview for my position as appellate court justice. And they're both wonderful people. Now, one thing that all three of tonight's recipients have in common is that they are unselfishly committed to our community. What they do for our community is absolutely amazing. They volunteer their valuable time. Hey, quit talking up there. I'm speaking here. What they do to our community is absolutely amazing. There are wonderful, committed civil servants. I got your attention now. What they do is out of the goodness of their hearts. They don't get paid for this. They do it because they want to do it. They want our community to be better. And these are fantastic people, all three of them. We should give them a round of applause. So tonight, I have the privilege of sitting with Judge Apollo's wonderful family, and they're beautiful people. And I'd like to thank you. I'm honored to be able to sit there with you. Thank you. Now, I want to talk specifically about Judge Apollo. Yes, I've known Kim since 2005, when I was a family law judge, and she'd come in regularly representing clients. Did a great job. I knew her, but I really didn't know who she was. I didn't know what she stood for. And I did not know that she was a fourth generation person from San Bernardino County. I did not know that her family had been here since 1904. I did not know that there was a road named after their family, Norman Road. I didn't know all that. And I didn't know how truly she was committed to our community. I want to take you back 2020, dark ages, COVID, everything shut down, our nation, our world, our courthouse, everything shut down. Everyone's in fear. We don't know what to do. We don't know what's going to happen. And then in May of 2020, we have the murder of George Floyd. There's protests all around the nation. Everyone's angry. There's upset. They don't know what to do. We don't know what to do. We're sitting there. We're having to be escorted in and out of the courthouse. There's people protesting at our courthouse. We're afraid. Judge Ponson remembers this, don't you, Lynn? Yeah, amen to that. We had to have extra sheriffs. Actually, they had to escort us out of our courthouse because we were afraid. We didn't know what to do, but we didn't do anything. We didn't do anything during these protests. And it was Kim that went to our PJ and said, hey, we have to do something. There's a lot of anger. There's a lot of hate. There's a lot of protests going on. We need to speak out against racism. We get to speak out against hate. And it was her that started everything. It was her, but we didn't know how to do it. So we came up with this virtual town hall. And it was Kim that's been with me for all 7 town halls that we were able to communicate with the community and say, hey, we don't stand for hate. We speak out against bias and we speak out against racism because that's not what we stand for. And Kim, this is all because of you. So thank you.
John has a judge voice. I have never witnessed that before. And I thank you for your kind words. I wanted to start at the beginning in a certain kind of way. Normally we thank our families last. I think I need to thank my family first. First and foremost, that's my foundation. Right there, all those people, and right there, those people, those are my people. That's my family. And I have to say, they're fantastic. And I have to say that nothing happens without them. Each one of you has raised me, grown me up, matured me, including my littles. You've brought me closer to God. You have supported me, and for that, I can't thank you enough because nothing happens without. So thank you to my family. I want to thank Legal Aid Society of San Bernardino for this honor and this recognition. I did not think anyone was paying attention. I was just doing what I felt like. And I was doing what I love. And when we execute on what we love, we get our best results, or what I hope are our best results. And that was all I did. I just did the stuff I love. We did virtual town halls. We have an elimination of bias committee for our court that I was part of, and John is my co-chair. It was started by Judge Sachs after we had that conversation about doing something. And that wasn't an easy conversation, but I have to give it to Judge Sachs. He supported it. It was a little tough, but he supported it. And he has been both feet in, 100% all the way, ever since. And so, you know, just executing on what I loved, this is what happened. So, for everybody out there, you know, do what's in your heart. Do what you love. Anytime I think about Legal Aid Society of San Bernardino, I have to think of the late, great Roberta Schaus. And what she did to start this organization, get it started, get it founded. And that was a woman who did what she loved. She did what was in her heart to do. And she had a deeply profound heart and a very persuasive way.
Oh, yeah.
And I observed that. I observed that strong woman doing for the people. And that rubbed off on me. The rest of her intimidated me, but there was nothing to be intimidated by. She loved people very deeply. And I love people very deeply, and so that's where it all comes from. But finally, I need to thank my colleagues. I have so many of you here. I was not expecting to see so many of my colleagues here, but I'm so grateful that you came. John, thanks again. Thank you to Glenn Yabuno, who could not be here. He's my presiding judge. He had a family reunion to attend and could not attend. I want to thank my assistant presiding judge, Lisa Rogan. You all let me be me, and you let me do me, and you never say anything about it. And so thank you. I appreciate it. And to all of my other colleagues, we have a lot of members of the Elimination of Bias Committee here, including Eugene Kim, who is one of the year awardees tonight. And I want to congratulate him. I want to congratulate Assemblymember Ramos. And again, that's it. Thank you.
Eugene, I forgot to give you your award. Let me tell you, I'm so excited about the entertainment tonight. I forgot to give you your award. Would you please come back up? So the reason why we have brought you here tonight, entertained you, we need for you to purchase your raffle tickets for the wine cellar that has full of wine. And so we are coming to that time where we're getting ready to shut down that raffle. Now you can order your tickets right online through your phone. Everyone registered? If you're not registered, you can go outside and you can get assistance registering on your cell phone. Also, the live auction items that are around the back of the room and our silent auction items are right there. But before we start the live auction, I would like to bring Michael Scafidi and Bill Shapiro up. Where are our live auction items? Live auction items?
So the purpose tonight is to thank everyone for their participation in Legal Aid, to celebrate all of our volunteers. We've got a wealth of volunteers, and I can see out there that we got a lot more. Come Pablo, we got a lot more coming next year and for the remainder of the year. And we're all going to put clinic time in, and we've all done it. And we're going to auction off a couple of things. So we want to get you into a good Hanukkah spirit, you know, good Christmas spirit, a giveaway. And so we have, what did you talk about today? You told me, what was, what are you talking about? Yeah, that was it. Yeah, so we're going to auction off a couple of things. What do you got?
Well, first we got to talk about a few things so we get the items up here.
Oh, are we supposed to have the items up here? Hey, Joyce. Oh, wow. Holy mackerel, my eyes are kind of... Here.
Susie, is this a date thing? We can auction off for a date? First of all, it's an honor to be here with my mentor, one of my greatest friends in the whole world, Bill Shapiro. I know we want to thank everyone for being here. We really do need to raise some money tonight, folks, okay? I always like to say it's for the kids. It's for the kids. And we take care of a lot of families with children at Legal Aid. And they have the best service around. So we really need you to give. There's about 40 or so raffle tickets left for the wine. The wine case is about $3,000, $4,000 worth of wine. It's a great, great deal. And what a night. Judge Apollo with a great speech, talking about Roberta Schaus. And we have a first. We had a first. We had a first.
Yeah, we're going to have a lot of firsts.
The big first today was, so we had John Pacheco go from a lap dance to an inspiring speech. I mean, that's a first. A first for us, not a first for one of Shapiro's parties. First for Legal Aid. So I just wanted to make sure I mentioned that. Johnny, amazing, amazing. And he pulled it off. So congratulations. So Joyce, what's the first up for the gift? We're going to wrap it.
In all actuality, the first item is Bill Shapiro's house.
We're going to auction off my house. That's perfect. That's perfect. There you go. Right to that.
It wasn't the house, but I saw you today at the office, right?
Yeah.
And Bill was showing me his 63 Corvette split window.
No,
No, that's true, right?
it is true. We're going to go back to my house.
It's a baby. I tell you what, it's not on the official raffle. It's not there. But if anyone wants to bid about $120,000, you can see me about a half hour after the program. It's got to be cash, though, and I'll make sure you get the legal ownership.
All right. So the first item up for auction right now. Let's do this first. Let's do the earrings first.
Oh, before you do the earrings, I have to say something. I was talking to Judge Ponson. She loves the earrings. Last year she got outbid, and she's all in. But Jim McGee, her husband, told me she needs a lot of other people to outbid her. Okay, it's tax time, and a lot of stuff going on. The economy's slowing down for criminal defense. So, Judge Ponson, I hope you get them. Jim, I hope you get your wish too, my friend.
And Jim, just so you know, she told me they extended the tax time, so April 14th wasn't a terrible day. So the first item up for bid is item number 7 on your phones. It's a Glamour and Sparkle. It's a pretty badass set of earrings, is what it is. And so there they are right there. And these are, wait a minute, we have these from, who do we have these from? Joyce, who do we have these from? Emerson Jewelers. This is not from Amazon. Yeah, this is not Amazon. This is the real deal. Oh my God, we have bid number 1, 217, Judge Ponson. Oh, we're lighting them up. Oh, by the way, the paddles are there. 411. And we have to know the bid amount though.
Yes. So the opening bid, Judge Ponson opened up with $10,000. Thank you. Oh my God. Congratulations.
And we had 411. Okay, we have Judge Ponson opened the deal, opened the bargaining at, what was it, 4,000?
1,500? 1,500, opening 1,500.
All right, do I hear 2,000? Do I hear 1,900?
Bill, hold on, I see Brad White back there, hold on. He's ducking. All right, we got 1,500 for the earrings. We have 2,000. Anyone 2,000? If I stop here, you really should bid.
Let's go to 1,900, Mike.
Anyone with 1,900?
Let's try it the other way. Do I hear 1,600? 1,600. Nancy Foster.
There you go, 1,600.
Okay, 1,700. Oh, Judge Ponson's in the hunt. 1,700. Do I hear 1,800?
1,800. John Pacheco.
John Pacheco. Judge Pacheco.
Hold on, let me check and make sure that's not a gift for the singer. You good? We're good. Not talking singer.
John wants us to stop. We gotta go one more. Wait, 1,900. Revisiting. 1,900. 339.
Oh, you got 230. So 239 to back 1,900. Judge Ponson, 2,000 to you. 2,000. We got 2,000. 2,100. Come on, you're making all that money. Oh my gosh. You're pretty close to double dipping, right? Get an assignment?
Okay, where we at?
Judge Ponson.
2,000 Judge Ponson. 2,100. 2,100 Darlene Scapini. Oh my gosh.
Jim McGee told me to do that. Jim McGee.
2,100 Scapini. He's in.
2,200. We got 2,200? Yeah, 2,200. Beautiful. All right.
Hey, Judge Ponson, that was a great setup, by the way. That was perfect.
2,200.
2,200. All right, 2,200. 2,300.
Bill, little known fact.
Little known fact.
Little known fact about these earrings. No one has worn them. Susan Carrillo has been trying to wear them for 4 days. No human ear has touched them. Okay? Not even John Pacheco's worn them. We got 2,200. We have 2,300. Bill Lemon, you look like you need earrings. No, Bill Lemon, okay. Mike Schaefer, need some earrings? Mike Schaefer. Darren Lipinski. Yep. No, Darren Lipinski, no. Will? All right, I'm going to keep coming until I get someone. Great deal for your wife.
All right, Nancy Foster. No more. Anybody else? Looks like 2,200 going once.
Twice.
Twice?
3 times.
2,200. Judge Ponson. Woo! Nice. So the next one we got to go Trojans, USC Trojans.
Fight on.
We have 4 seats to the Utah-USC game. October 21st, this year. I went to the USC game last year and against Utah. It was in Utah. Awesome game. Came down to the last play. This year, they promised an even better game. So let's start the bidding out. The face value. Face value is $2,200.
I thought it was 22,000. Hold on. No, my mistake. 2,200. Bill's right.
So do we have an opening bid of $400? $400. Looks like Brian McNally, number, what was that, Brian? Your number 210.
By the way, these include parking pass.
Oh.
Access to the USC Cardinal and Gold Reserve parking pre-game area. Greg, you want some USC tickets, Greg? Greg Daly. Okay, just checking.
These tickets are the Foster family prize USC tickets. These are primo seats. So we have 400. Do I have 500? 500, Darlene Scafidi. She's going to break your bank. It's going to be good. 500 Scafidi. Do I hear 600? It's got a parking pass.
It's for the kids. It's for the kids. All right, we got 210. Thank you, thank you.
All right, what was that? 600?
600.
700.
Padded seats, padded seats.
Oh, these seats, by the way, that's true. I've seen these seats. They have pads on them.
What yard line?
And these are the thick pads.
10 yard line.
It's almost the 15-yard line.
Almost the 15.
It's almost the 15-yard line.
Eugene Kim, you're a big winner tonight. Make some kid happy. It's for the kids. $700, Eugene Kim.
$700, Eugene Kim.
Hold on, let me go in the back and see what I can get.
All right.
Brad White, big USC fan, went there. Hasn't been back by order of the chancellor.
Come on, Brad.
Brad White. Brad White, we're right here.
Brad White, $700.
Brad White, 270 for $800.
What's Brad White? $800, Brad White. So we're now looking at $900. These are 4 seats, season ticket seats, padded. And there's going to be some popcorn thrown in. We're going to throw in the popcorn. Yeah.
Bill Shapiro.
Yeah.
I'm going to give $900 and give it to Pablo and the staff.
You're going to give 900 Scafidi.
900, I'm going to give it to Pablo to use for the staff.
You're going to have to talk to your wife because she wants to go to the game.
900.
900 Scafidi. Do I hear $1,000? Do I hear $1,000? $1,000. $1,000. What was the number again? I'm sorry.
339.
There you go. These paddles, they're looking pretty good. 1,000, 1,100? Do I hear $1,100?
1,100. Do we have 1,100?
Back to Brad White. 1,100. 1,000 going once.
Going twice.
It's 1,000 is a winner. We got it. Congratulations.
Bill Shapiro, 8 buyers, $1,000.
8 buyers.
And he's giving it to Pablo for legally. Thank you so much.
Thank you very much. So what we have left here, let's see, Mike. Going through. We have 3 items. All right, next item up for bid, for auction is a Newport Beach vacation for a week.
Are you going to give us still guitar lessons there?
No. And it's going to be, it's a oceanfront condo. It's on the oceanfront on the peninsula of Newport Beach, California. It comes with, what does it come with, Sue? The gift cards? It comes with a couple of dinners. All the things that Sue just held up. It's a dynamic beach house. It's awesome. You got a 4-car garage access. You got a
Smell the ocean. You can smell the salt water.
You can smell the salt water. You go upstairs. You got a barbecue. You got a deck.
Wasn't that an A-frame?
No, no A-frame.
Was it originally A-frame?
It was originally, but I took that apart. That's not that way anymore. It's now a full-blown, it's a nice place. It's a 2-bedroom. It's got 2 bathrooms. Newport Beach Peninsula. They valued it at $6,000. Okay, maybe I'll give you a deal. Yeah. So, do I have an opening bid of $500? Bud Foster, 600. 600, 171. 700, 114. 800.
Will Schneider,
241. In the back, 900. 900.
Yeah, hold on. 700 Eugene Kim. 1100.
We have a
1100 right now, Eugene Kim.
hang on one second.
2500, John Pacheco.
2,500.
John
Pacheco.
John. It does not come with the city. That's not happening, buddy.
2,600.
That was just an act. Okay?
2,600, number 298.
Thank you. Let's check some money.
2,700 because she just gave me the extra $100.
Judge Frangie, 2,800. Judge Frangie, 28. 3,000. We got
$3,000.
We have 35. Anyone with 35?
Hey, we need to get numbers, Mike.
Dave Myers.
I just was told by my wife's great friend that there's $500 in dinners. Yes. When can you go? If I were you guys, I'd go this summer. I'd go this summer. I wouldn't go right now.
35.
$3,500. Judge Frangie.
35. Listen, if someone gives 4,000, they will come in on the second day and make the bet. Clean it up. 4K.
$4,000.
Wait, we got someone. We have 4,500. Anyone 4,500?
And by the way, this place comes with 4 bikes, 4 bicycles, and a pump. You can take them home and just gotta bring them back.
Bill, hold on. Let me check Eugene if he broke his arm for a second. Eugene, it's another $500. That's like a half hour of work. I know. I see the bills.
So where are we at here? The question is, when can you go? You just give us let us know if you can't. July 4th is that? I think July 4th weekend is out. But I'll tell you what, let's throw July 4th in. All right, July 4th is available.
Eugene Kim, 40. Oh, we got Jackson Lucky, Judge Lucky.
We got 4,500 right now, 298, 4,500, $500 in dinners. Do I hear $4,600? $4,600, $339.
Our third awardee tonight is an extraordinary individual as well. He's a brother of mine from early days at the tribal reservation where he was born and where he was raised, and where in our early days before bingo and before Yambaba, we sold cigarettes to keep going. It was an impoverished area and a great challenge. But this individual knew the value of education. He knew what he needed to do to become a leader. And early on in his career, he was the chairman of the board at the reservation of the tribe. Later on, he ran for the trustees of the Community College District. And while he was there, he founded the FNX, which is a tribal television station that we now see in 70 million homes around the world. Later on, he became the chairman of the board of supervisors, and now he serves with us in the 40th district of the California Assembly. He's got his wife Terry here with us tonight, and Daisy, his field rep, and it gives me great pleasure and honor to present to you our assemblyman and our awardee for a great individual for access to justice. The tribe, under his leadership, has provided grants to legal aid for almost 15 years. And at one point, we got in a little bit of trouble for James will remember that, and James fixed all that. And since then, we've been an awardee from the tribe every year, and it's for that, James will ever be grateful. Congratulations tonight on your award. You deserve it as much as anybody because you provide access to justice, not only in the legal system, but to people in our community, and you work every day. This guy is also very successful in business. He has a number of businesses. He has done very well with them, and he doesn't need to spend all this time flying back and forth to Sacramento and coming to dinners and working with people, but he believes in his job to help people and to give us all access to justice. So please join me in giving a great round of applause and welcome to Assemblyman James Rollins.
Hey, I'm not sure which mic to use or something.
But I just want to say thank you to those comments that were there. And it's true, those that now, and there's a lot in the room that remember the Seminole Indian Reservation prior to what it looks like today. And Bill brought up when we sold cigarette shops there on the reservation. And prior to that, we had horse stables where we rented out rides for a half hour and an hour to those from the community to ride horses. And those of you that are in the room understand liability. Back then, we were just trying to make $1. Sometimes those horses would come back with nobody on them, and we had to go and find them. And so that became a challenge, that we would have used legal aid support for that. And then we moved forward to selling cigarettes at tax-free on the reservation, as a way for an economic engine. And those that don't know, the Salmon Well was considered one of the most poverty-stricken areas in San Bernardino County. And of all the Indian reservations, ours was the smallest and needed the most resources. So we tried to figure out every way that we can to build the economic dollar to provide for our tribal government. Cigarette shops came along, and we were selling them. And then all of a sudden we were challenged in court because we weren't collecting sales tax, as the trucks that were going over state lines weren't collecting those tolls. And so we had a lawsuit against the tribe, and then we survived on less than $300 a year for a tribal government. So there was no way that we could fight that in court. So then we had to dismantle that project. Then came the bingo hall. But every step along the way, there was different issues that faced our people, and legal aid was there for us. So as we were able to grow in our economy and our base, we never forgot those that gave back to us in time of need, so that we continue to give back through the philanthropy, and that includes the Legal Aid Society here today. And in giving back to our community, we grew right up on the reservation. We still reside there today. And being able to go into the educational institutions and obtain our degrees from, do our undergraduates at San Bernardino Valley College, Cal State University San Bernardino with our undergraduates, and then the University of Redlands with our Masters in Business Administration, shows the wherewithal of education. And there's few things in life that once you attain them, no one could take from you. Your spirituality, your education, and your culture. Our culture has been deeply enrooted in our people there on San Manuel Indian Reservation for years, through all the different atrocities that have come our way. And those in this room understand those atrocities that were inflicted upon our people. Where in 1866, there was a militia that was formed to go into the San Bernardino Mountains to shoot and kill Indian people. That's the way the mentality was towards our people back then.
And Judge Pacheco said it eloquently as far as this is a new day in the people around this room and the judgeships in San Bernardino County. This room is diversity. This room knows history. This room will defend our county against anyone out there in the state. So much so that today we have in the room an array of judges, of backgrounds, but we also have the San Manuel Tribal Court represented here amongst your midst. So give them a round of applause. And this is about growing up in our community, knowing what's needed to be changed. I ran for tribal office, and I was involved in tribal politics for close to 15 years through different positions of gaming commissioner to business committee member, treasurer, and ultimately tribal chairman. And then ran for the community college board of trustees and won. And it was there that we seen the impact of education to those in the community that many times just need to know that that dream of education still needs to be lit at any time in their life, no matter what struggles, no matter what they go through during that time in their life. So we moved forward to get courses moving forward, and online courses during that time. Ultimately became the president of the board of trustees of the community college system. And then ran for the county board of supervisors, where we brought back stability into the county. And in working with many of you in this room, as when we were county supervisor, to continue to keep stable the courthouses during some times of negotiations going back and forth, but we did it. And we also continue to be a strong voice to bring equity to San Bernardino County for the judges that were promised by the state of California to ensure that they don't forget and they continue to appoint judges to San Bernardino County. And now, as your state representative in the state of California, representing now the redistricted 45th Assembly District, we continue to bring what we've learned from our community, that voice of our community, to the state capitol. A voice that speaks up for those that still need mental health resources in our community. A voice that still, when they need those resources, when they're contemplating suicide, that an office of suicide is now established in the state of California because of a law that we pushed forward in 2020. One of our first bills dealt with social bullying in the educational system, ensuring that through social media, that those who are being social bullied, that there was resources available to them, to the student, to the teacher, to the parent, to those that were there to see signs when certain things were going on, and that bill got signed into law. We just moved forward on a bill that got signed into law that creates psychiatric residential treatment centers, long-term psychiatric residential treatment. Not just 12 days or 10 days, but these are 90 days plus that gives people a bed to get them back on their feet. These are the issues that we partner together. These are the issues that we lift our community up side by side. These are the issues that we're going to continue to work for. And it's true. As we go to the state capitol, there's a lot of pieces of legislation that come out that blanket the whole state of California. But I'm one that looks at what's happening in our local area and to make sure that that voice is being heard. After all, we grew up here. I'm not leaving. I'm from here. Straight up. Right? I grew up on the reservation. I still reside there. I've seen it grow to what it is today. But I've also seen our community grow. Our community grow so much with diversity, different views now being appreciated, voices being able to stand up on this podium, to stand up as judges of the Superior Court judge, Judge Pacheco and others in this room, that back in 1866 would not be up here, let alone myself, a Native American person moving forward as the only ever elected California Indian in the state legislature. These are issues that we stand ready to work together on and to bring promise into our community. It's about unifying one another. It's about looking at the community as a whole. When we look at tribal issues, missing and murdered Indigenous women, where California is number 5th of all states of not solving those murders or even bringing resolve to them. That's a problem for all of us. And we're going to continue to push the thread on that. We're also going to look at the foster care system, continue to look at that, and make sure that we're strengthening those areas up. We had a couple bills that went through that allows resources coming forward to Native American kids that were left out. How many know it's hard enough to be in that foster care system, but when you're a Native American foster care child, you get left behind even that cohort. These are issues that are still plaguing the state of California and the country. But as a community that we come together, a community that continues to lift people up, a community that relies on the Legal Aid Society to continue to lift people up in time of need. That's what it's all about. That's why we're here today. That's why I humbly accept this award bestowed upon me for the people and our ancestors and our elders of our community. Thank you.
Thank you so very much for that inspirational acceptance. On behalf of Legal Aid Society, we would like to present to you the Access to Justice Award. So, has everyone had an opportunity to purchase their wine cellar tickets? All right, I'm told we have last call for alcohol. So if you want to get your alcohol, you need to do it now. And I know there's some people who are double fisting it. We are ready to do the wine cellar raffle. And yes, the silent auction has been shut down. You should be receiving notification if you have won your bid or not. And when you get ready to check out, we will have your silent auction item for you. And we're going to ask, this time, for our DJ to come out. Frank. You're going to be the one that's going to select the ticket for the wine, because you're fair and impartial. I don't have them. Well, does anyone want to purchase any tickets before, or are we ready to do this? We have a few tickets left.
If I could just add it for a little bit. A big round of applause for Joyce Holcomb and the Legal Aid of San Bernardino County and everyone here who took part of this and doing this beautiful event here that took place for all of you. So thank you so much. Thank you, Joyce. Thank you, Pablo. And the list of everyone that works here. So truly, it's a beautiful thing that we have here today. So thank you guys so much. I'm just trying to ad-lib a little bit here as we're trying to make sure we can segue nice and well.
I appreciate that, Frank, because apparently some people just went to go purchase tickets.
Well, that's good, right? That's good. That's good that they purchased. Matter of fact, I think they should purchase twice the amount. You know what? Let's do that. Everybody that jumped back there, purchase 3 times. One for me, one for Joyce, one for you.
I would like to also remind you that over in the corner, we have merchandise from our singers this evening who did a spectacular job. And they're over there in the alcove to my right, your left.
I'm trying to walk away a little bit here. I feel really nervous.
Because you're in a room full of lawyers and judges?
Well, I would love to work along with you and not be on the other side of you, because I know you guys are that much professional and really good at what the work you do.
Only some of us are sharks, not all of us. Okay,